what if these marbles can see each other? Well, of course, not visually. Maybe it's better to say, according to the laws of physics, they are affected by each other. And no matter these represent shiny marbles, oranges, grains of sand, planets, or electrons, they are affected by each other's presence and influence among many factors very much dependent on their size and the distance between them. Hi, my name is Mehrdad, and for the next several minutes I am going to share with you an experimental thought that I've had about how a moving series of objects like these marbles may react under different conditions where they experience a short stop. The outcome may have been expressed in other forms before, or maybe not. Nevertheless, I was curious to find out how this moving series of objects would be observed if I play with a number of essential factors that I am going to mention later. Okay, let's start with a single marble which rolls freely like this with a constant velocity to the left approaching a gate. As you see, our marble is a happy one because it sees that the gate is open, and here of course not so happy because the gate is closed. It has to decelerate and eventually stop before the gate. Now, instead of one marble, imagine that we have a group of them following each other in a line with the same velocity and the same distance from each other. For simplicity, let's assume each marble sees only the one in front of it. Deceleration and acceleration rates are equal. Each marble decelerates when it sees the one in front of it is completely stopped, and accelerates when it sees that the one in front has reached to its maximum speed. So our group of happy marbles follow each other in a line until they approach the closed gate, which forces them to stop one by one like this. Wasn't that interesting? No, of course not. There is nothing interesting here. They just approached the closed gate and stopped after each other in a line. I wanted to see what happens if the gate stays closed, not forever, but only for a short time. Well, we may experience different scenarios here depending on a number of factors, such as the marble's maximum speed, the acceleration and deceleration rates, which by itself dictates the time to stop or the time to get to the maximum speed, and the distance to stop or the distance to get to the maximum speed, the distance between the marbles, and the time that the gate stays closed. This is how I picture it step by step. First, the first marble sees the closed gate. It decelerates and completely stops at a distance from the gate. Then the second marble sees that the first one is fully stopped, so it decelerates to stop. Meanwhile, the gate opens. As a result, the first marble accelerates to reach to its maximum speed. The third marble sees that the second one is fully stopped, so it starts to decelerate, and then the second marble starts to move because it sees that the first one has reached to its maximum speed, and so on for the rest. Don't tell me that you need a break. Just wait, because the excitement starts from here. If the first marble stops only for a short time, by adjusting those factors that I mentioned earlier, I realized that the location of the stopped marble moves backward, getting far from the imaginary gate. It's like this short gate closure stop stopped each marble at one point of its journey, but the stop point itself moves backward, getting far from the gate. Look. It gives the impression of a moving group, or I'd like to say a concentration of particles which moves in the opposite direction. Every time that a marble slows down, stops, and then moves again, it forms a group around itself. This formed group is not staying at one point, but it moves itself. This is the outcome. So this group of concentrated particles can be larger in size. I'd like to define it as a wavelength based on how we set the factors that I listed earlier. So it shows that we have moving particles which can bundle together to form parts of this line concentrated, a concentration which moves like a single wave peak. So you see here the particles go to the left and the peak of concentration moves to the right. What we observed here was a single group because we closed and opened the gate only once. We can see periodic moving bundles like a normal wave by periodic closing and opening the gate like this. Do you need more excitement? Just wait. It's not that always the peak of concentration moves to the opposite direction. Yes, under some certain conditions, the wave peak moves in the same direction as the particles, like this. So the particles go to the left, and the peak concentration, or concentration peak, let's say, it also goes to the left. I figured out that the direction of the peak move is determined by this relationship depending on h, which is the distance between the particles, v naught, which is the maximum speed of the particles, and t, which is the time to stop, or the time to get to the maximum speed. They are equal. So depending on the relationship between these three factors, the peak goes to the same direction as the particles or to the opposite direction. Don't you think that was interesting? How about this? Now just imagine many amazing situations we may face if the acceleration and deceleration rates are not the same, or for example, each marble or each particle is not affected only by one but a number of particles before it or even after it. Each particle faces a number of gates and not only one. For example, assume that we have a beam of subatomic particles which pass through a crystalline structure, and many other options or conditions that we can have here. Just use your imagination and let me know what you think by sending me a message or to these addresses, or leaving me comments at below. Till then, bye.